In the last part, we saw Chu Xiao and another party crossing the Qinghen River, where they did not know or believe each other. As midnight loomed, the mountains ranges gave way to a flat pitch of grass plains. The guide mentioned that the place was Youyou Plains and that the Sunset Mountains lay ahead. After the Sunset Mountains, they would arrive at the biggest city in the southwest. The southwest Chuifeng City. Using Chuifeng City as a reference point, Tangjing was situated to its east, while Baishui Pass was located to the north. The territory of Hui laid outside Baishui Pass. These few days, the party had traveled along the mountain ranges. When they finally saw the floodplains, everyone's mood brightened up. After wandering along the Youyou Plains for 2 whole days, they finally arrived at Sunset Mountains. The name of this mountain was Glorious, along with its scenarios. A few peaks stood tall beside each other, decorated with large green trees and dense clusters of flowers. A waterfall followed downwards from the top of the peak, forming a white stream. As the water vapor lingered in the air, it gave off the aura that the place was utopia. As Chuifeng City was nearby, the mountain roads were wide enough to accommodate 2 horse carriages side by side. As the sun set, the landscape glowed a bright red. That night, Chu Xiao ordered her party to set up camp at the foot of a valley. When the servants heard the orders, they cheered in joy. Eventually, they were fatigued, having traveled non-stop for a few nights without any sleep. Before they managed to fall asleep, the howls of wild wolves drifted from not far out into their ears, sending chills up their spines. Jingjiang's face turned pale in fear as she curled up against Meixiang in the tent. She closed her eyes as she tried to drift off to sleep, but to no avail. Chu Xiao felt a little worried. The hungry wolves in the southwest were renowned for their savagery. Presently, Chu Xiao did not have a large group of people with her. The majority of them were hired bodyguards and carriage operators. Also, there were women in the group. If they bumped into the wolves, there would be dire consequence. Hence, she summoned Pingan and gave him a few orders. Then she told everyone to prepare themselves before she dared to let her guard down a little. As the later part of the night approached, the howls of wolves became louder, along with the shouts of some men. Chu Xiao put on her coat and went outside. She ordered a few people to guard the camp and wandered towards the source of the sound with Pingan and over 10 other girls. As they had just navigated through the first slope, a pungent smell of blood lingered in the air. All of them took a careful look in front, only to see a group of over 100 wolves attacking a group of men on their horses in another valley below them. Although they were outnumbered by the wolves, they were agile and organized in their movements. Evidently, they were people that not to be trifled with. However, The wolves were equally savage as they flashed their sharp white teeth. As they flocked together, they seemed to be emboldened by their strength in numbers, fearlessly engaging in combat against the humans. As blood splattered everywhere, the pungent smell became more intense. Cries of agony reverberated in the air, sending chills up everyone's spine once again. Sister, Pingan frowned as he continued in a heavy tone. There are too many wolves. If these people can't beat them, neither can we. Chu Xiao nodded as she ordered, "Everyone, prepare yourself." Her group was made up of people who were experienced. Although they were not as capable as an army, they were brave and courageous. They prepared their bows and arrows as they assumed their posture, waiting for Pingan's order to strike. Fire! A neat row of fiery arrows, doused with pine oil, flew out from their bows. In an instant, over 10 wolves collapsed on the floor as they yelped in agony, having been attacked suddenly from behind. This enraged the other wolves as they turned around and charged towards them. With frightened speed, a few of wolves had dashed right in front of them. Pingan was quick to react as he picked up a bucket of tung oil, splashing its contents onto the ground in front of him. He threw a torch onto the moist ground, causing a wall of fire 30 feet tall to form in front of the mountain. The few hungry wolves, unable to stop in time, crashed head-on into the flames, letting out ear-splitting howls. Thank you so much for staying with me. Subscribe my channel and like the video please. And of course click the bell icon to notify the next part of the story. Thank you.